What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DTom. You already know what time it is. It's reaction time. So let's get right into it. Today we're about to watch a video. What NBA player started with LeBron James before he was drafted first overall in the 2003 draft. Let's see what they had to say, man.
Since his junior year of high school, LeBron was getting Jordan comparisons. The man who signed the shoe deals for Jordan and Kobe said LeBron is better than anybody in his 37 years of being in the sneaker business.
You know?
He's quoted saying this back in February of 2002, a whole year and 4 months before he was officially drafted by the Cavs in June.
You know?
Danny Ainge, who is now the Boston Celtics general manager and a two-time champion with the 1980s Boston Celtics, said this back in 2002, If I were a general manager, there are only 4 or 5 NBA players that I wouldn't trade to get him right now. This is Ainge talking about LeBron in the middle of his junior season.
Dang.
But not everyone was on the bandwagon. There were a number of fans and media that thought this high school kid who has a Chosen One tattoo on his back was overhyped. He will never live up to expectations. He will never have a jump shot. He doesn't try enough on defense. These were the things being said about him before he was being drafted. Back in 2003, Phil Jackson said 18-year-olds like LeBron did not belong in the NBA. And he's quoted saying, I don't care who they are. It doesn't matter if they can play or not. And now we have a rule where you have to be at least 19 years old during the calendar year to enter the NBA draft. Now here's the main part of the video. What did the NBA, and more specifically, what did the Cavs players at the time think of LeBron before he was drafted first overall? So let's get into the first player's thoughts on LeBron. Carlos Boozer, who played his first 2 seasons with the Cavs before going to Utah. So as a rookie, Carlos averaged 10 points and 7 rebounds, respectable numbers for a first-year player. But the Cavs lost 65 games that year and needed help bad at all positions. So I'm expecting him to be excited to have this new 18-year-old all-around player on his team. Let me play the clip. Hey, y'all, come look at this.
We have better players than him in his position already on our team, bro.
What?
We have better players at our position right now? Wow, okay, so let's look at the Cleveland Cavaliers' 2 small forwards back in 2003, and they were Darius Miles and Jermaine Jones. Darius Miles, who is going to be in this video later, averaged 9 points per game with the Cavs, did not make a single 3-point shot in 67 total games, and shot 59% from the free throw line and flamed out of the NBA. The other small forward on the Cavs roster was Jermaine Jones, who also averaged 9 points per game. He could shoot threes okay, but he did not have a dribble drive game or passing ability like LeBron. He was basically your below average player off the bench. But to be fair to Carlos Boozer, he did say this after.
His potential is probably sky's the limit for him.
It's just weird to hear Boozer say that the Cavs have better players at his position because LeBron scrimmaged with the Cavs back in May of 2002, and the Cavs had to pay a $150,000 fine for violating the rule that you cannot have contact with players before they are eligible in the draft. I really wish they had video of that scrimmage back then. So it was just weird hearing that. You know, they saw LeBron play in action. I understand that LeBron had to prove he was a legit star first, and these NBA guys aren't just going to lay down and say this dude is better than them right out of high school. These are the best 450 or so basketball players in the world. They believe in their ability. But it gets even funnier with these next couple quotes. Next, we got Smush Parker, who you might remember from his playing days with the Lakers and Kobe. He did play 1 season with the Cavs and averaged 6 points. Here's what he had to say about LeBron.
And he would come in and make an immediate impact like a Caron Butler.
What? Caron Butler? Okay, to be fair to Caron Butler, he did go to 2 All-Star games and had a decent rookie season, averaging 16 points per game. But I don't know if Smush knew what was coming. This is the same guy who couldn't get Kobe to talk to him because Kobe told him you need to get your accolades up. This is the same guy that Kobe said shouldn't have been in the league, and the only reason why the Lakers signed him was they needed someone cheap at the point guard. Now let's go into Darius Miles, who you might remember from being a super hyped up high school player who played on the Clippers, the Cavs, and a few other teams. Here's what he had to say.
If he come, you know what I'm saying, he can just hop on our bandwagon.
I'm out, man. Hop on your bandwagon? What bandwagon? The Cavs won 17 games. 17. The team was trash. Everybody in the league was running through the Cavs. Everybody could not wait to play them so they can get their stats up.
I don't think you can really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around like that.
Wait, I am a bit confused here because Darius Miles coming out of high school was super hyped up, and now he's out here questioning another high school player's impact. You guys remember that Slam magazine with Darius Miles, Elton Brand and Lamar Odom. That's a classic magazine cover. Too bad that Clippers team never panned out. And one more thing on Darius Miles. He went bankrupt last November after making $60 million in the NBA, and one of the items he had to sell off was a signed LeBron jersey. It's funny how things turn out. And the last Cavs player that is quoted in this video was probably one of the biggest ball hogs ever. His name is Ricky Davis. So let's go into his thoughts on rookie LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron is just going to add to what we need and, just make things a little bit easier.
This is the same Ricky Davis who said he thought LeBron was going to be his sidekick and be another guy to pass him the ball. And that's not a fake quote. Ricky Davis really said that. Shout out to him, though. That video of him trying to get a triple-double is hilarious. LeBron has had this media hype and outside pressure since he was 16 years old and surpassed all those expectations and hype. After his first game against the Kings, he punched down all the doubters when he showed off his scoring ability, defense, and passing. The Cavs lost, but he finished with 25 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. He would go on to average 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, and improve the Cavs' record by 18 wins and win Rookie of the Year over Carmelo Anthony. Now, I talked about some reactions and quotes from the Cavs players before the draft. Let's go through some reactions from players on the Kings after his first regular season game as a rookie. Kings guard Bobby Jackson said, "The best thing about him is how he distributes the ball. He does it extremely well." Vlade Divac, who was the center on the Kings that year, said, "It was the first I've seen of him, and I was real impressed. He's the real deal." Sean Elliott, who played for the Spurs in the 90s, was a commentator for that game, and he said his new favorite player to watch was LeBron. And head coach of the Kings at the time, Rick Adelman, said, "For the first game, you had to be impressed." Definitely a big change in language, going from what the Cavs players were saying to now lots of positive talk about his passing. More players saying he's now his favorite player to watch, and coaches being impressed with his play overall. And 4 MVPs, 3 championships, and 3 finals MVPs later, he has proven himself over and over again. And that's it for me. The draft lottery is tonight, so I decided to talk about this. Shout out to the Pros Before Pros Instagram page that posted the clip first. That's where I saw it. Pretty cool. So if you made it this far to the video, leave a like. We're almost at 8,000 subscribers. So I'll see you guys in my next.
Go ahead, smash the like button if that video is lit. Go ahead, press subscribe. Go ahead, follow me on my social media. It's in the description down below. Tell me, y'all think some of them, like what them people were saying was funny about LeBron? Hey.